About to record this, hopefully quick little install of the expansion valve for the chaser. Alright, so after you take the dash or the glove box out, the next step is to remove all this plastic. So you'll take these screws off, one right here, basically all these metal screws right here, take them out, and then you should be able to access some stuff. Alright, so there will be those screws all around holding the cover on where your evaporator is at. Then there's one on the back against the firewall back here. Hold on. It's at the bottom, all the way in the back. And it goes up into the cover or into this plastic and keeps it there too. So you gotta loosen that in order to get this to come down enough to pull the evaporator out. Then you're gonna have to hold the lines or pull the lines that go into the engine bay on one side while somebody else pulls the evaporator this way. And then once you do that, then it should come out.
Well. Let me guess. Spring cleaning.
Here is the expansion valve, the old one. So we're about to take that off, and then we're gonna put the new one on in this place, and then put it back in the car. Got these O-rings that we're about to swap into the new one, and then put it onto the evaporator. So old one on top, and then the new one at the bottom. All right, so we washed off the evaporator. We got it air drying right now. About to reassemble these two lines right here, the part that connects back to the evaporator, and then this part goes to the engine bay where the hoses, where the lines connect there. So we're just going to replace the expansion valve onto right here. All right, so now we're about to put these bolts back in there, the Allen, put them back into the expansion valve to secure it, and then we'll progress some more. We got the evaporator drying off still, so we're just trying to do preliminary stuff before we put everything back together. See? It's on there. Now we're gonna prep the rest of the car. All right, so now we have the lines assembled, have the expansion valve on it. Now we're just going to touch it to the evaporator. So it goes just like so.